Are you Miss Molly Lerner?
Yes.
Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
On January 30th, 2025, officer ran a check on a vehicle in Harris County, Texas, without proof of financial responsibility. The vehicle also had a defective brake lamp. The traffic stop was initiated. Defendant driver ID'd by Texas driver's license stated she did not have insurance for the vehicle. Officer observed defendant to have thick
Bloodshot eyes or thick slurred speech.
Speech and the odor of marijuana emitting from inside the vehicle.
Officer asked defendant when she last smoked inside the vehicle. Defendant stated she had a few roaches inside the vehicle. Probable cause search was conducted. Officer found 0.103 ounces of marijuana. A DRE officer arrived on scene and conducted Romberg test. Defendant estimated passing of 30 seconds and 12 seconds. Shows D is in an elevated state. DRE also observed thick SS, FSTS conducted, 6.6 HGN, 3 out of 8 on walk and turn, 2 out of 4 on one-legged stand. When defendant was arrested, D repeated the phrase, "Oh my God," several hundred times. Officer knows from ARIDE training that this is a symptom of dissociative anesthetic. The SC read, D refused to sample the breath, blood. Search warrant signed and executed.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will revoke your bond, put you in jail. No more PR bonds. Do you understand?
Okay.
Can you look to see if she has any prior DUIs? Number one. Number two, if she has a valid Texas driver license, please.
No prior DWIs.
Okay.
And your driver's license.
Great, okay. Ms. Lerner, like I said, no alcohol, no drugs. I'm going to randomly test you. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer or would you like a court-appointed lawyer? Okay, I need you to fill out an application for me. I'll take a look at it. And then for now, I'll also have you sign a receipt with Victoria. I'll later have you get with Fleischer for your bond conditions, and then I'll have you meet with a lawyer. in a bit.
Their license being suspended.
I'll let you talk to a lawyer about it. I can't give you legal advice. No, assuming we give you a lawyer, you can ask the lawyer and the lawyer can advise you properly.
If it's not working, I lost my job.
Just, yeah, talk to the lawyer and they'll be able to advise you properly. I haven't, as long as you have a valid Texas driver license and you have liability insurance, I'm not taking away your privilege to drive. Okay? So, yeah. All right, let me have you get with everybody and then we'll have you speak to someone here momentarily, okay? Please. Are you Mr. Juan Neil? Mr. Neil, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On January 31st, 2025, officer observed a vehicle with an expired registration. Traffic stop was initiated. Upon contact, officer approached rear side passenger vehicle and asked defendant to roll the windows down due to the tint. Officer then approached passenger side and observed HOMJ emitting from the vehicle. A PC search conducted. Officer found a black bag containing a jar of marijuana inside on the passenger floorboard. Officer found a firearm under the front passenger seat.
So he's the passenger then, right? Or is he the driver?
Driver's on. Let me double check.
Is he a driver? Was he?
We're not gonna argue PC on this case if you want to find him PC. He was not the driver, he was the rear passenger seat. There's nothing in the DINs that really connects him to the gun.
Okay. All right, Mr. Neal. Careful who you hang out with, you know? You hang out with dogs, you get fleas. Just really, you got one life. Live it to the best you can, all right? I'm gonna find no probable cause. Just be careful, all right? Okay, just hang tight for me. You are Adam Reyes. Mr. Reyes, you're charged with racing on a highway. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
On January 23rd, 2025, law enforcement officer observed a black Silverado and a white Honda Accord at the 7800 block of State Highway 6 turning left at a high rate of speed. The law enforcement officer made a U-turn at an intersection and followed both motor vehicles, having to travel approximately 66 miles an hour in 40-mile-an-hour zone. The officer observed motor vehicles to be side by side with the Honda flashing emergency lights. The law enforcement officer observed Honda turn off the lights. Both motor vehicles began to speed up again while driving side by side, and they ran a red light. The officer attempted to catch up with both motor vehicles, causing the officer to travel approximately 90 miles an hour in 40-mile-per-hour zone. The officer briefly lost sight and re-observed the Silverado as the motor vehicle continued traveling eastbound. Traffic stop was initiated. The officer made contact with defendant, driver, the sole occupant. The defendant stated when asked about high rate of speed, "No, I was on my way home with my friend Adam, and Adam was following me home." Co-defendant arrived claiming he was there to check on the welfare of the defendant. The co-defendant stated, "I was following them home, but I broke off because I wanted to get something to eat." Defendant ID'd with the Texas driver's license.
And Mr. Reyes, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to participate in this type of activity again. If I find that you do, I'm going to put you in jail and then I'm going to take your ability to drive away. Do you understand? Can you look to see if he has a valid Texas driver license, please?
Yes, Judge, eligible.
Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, Mr. Reyes, or did you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
I'll hire one.
Okay. I'm going to have you sign a receipt, Victoria. I'll have you take a seat in the jury box while we get your bond conditions, while you sign it, and after that, you'll be free to go. Be safe in my city. Do you understand? All right. You are Ricky Thornton. Mr. Thornton, you're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Judge, the complaining witness and the defendant are in a dating relationship. And on December 18th, 2024, in Harris County, Texas, officers were dispatched to an assault call at a hospital. The officer arrived and made contact with the complaining witness, who stated that she and the defendant are in a dating relationship. Complaining witness stated that earlier in the day, she and the defendant were in an argument due to the complaining witness telling the defendant that he needed to leave the location. When the complaining witness got up to leave, the defendant pushed her through a wall, causing her to crash through the wall, causing pain. Officer observed the complaining witness to have a laceration over her right eyelid, swelling and bruising.
What's a problem in this case? You know, the case is dismissed. Something went wrong. Something's wrong. I'm showing that the case is dismissed when it shouldn't be.
This is Thornton, Judge.
Yeah.
My suggestion yesterday.
Or is it? I don't know. I don't even,
It is a DVD case,
Or
Judge.
Mr. Witness.
I don't even see a knowing.
For Thornton,
It's
it's
not
not
published.
published, Judge.
Judge.
I mean, ready to publish.
Judge, you said he spoke with Chief Campbell Smith for missing witness due to.
So it is dismissed then, right? Okay, your case has been dismissed, believe it or not. Just be careful out there, you know? Just, today's your lucky day. Count it, all right? Okay, man, good luck. Matthew Leonard.
Yes, sir.
So Leonard, you're charged with driving while intoxicated, second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay.
Judge, on 4/12/2023, officers were dispatched.
Hey, yo, hey.
Another story about that, right? On 4/12/2023, officers were dispatched to a crash involving a bus and a car at the 1700 block of Travis Street. Officers made contact with the defendant, who was slumped over in the driver's seat of the car. Officers observed the defendant to have red and glassy eyes, strong odor of alcohol in the breath, SS, and slurred speech and incoherent speech. Defendant told officers that he was drinking 211's beer at his house and last drank 2 hours ago. Defendant was taken to the hospital and diagnosed with a minor brain injury. Officers got a blood warrant. There was a blood draw completed at JPC.
Then, so what, do you have the results? Hold on a second, let me see.
No, not yet.
No, Judge, we don't have any blood results
I see
yet.
it.
For some reason, there haven't been any to-dos done on the case. I'll submit them immediately. That's.
Well, it looks like it's because it was a 2B, that's why. So it's from April of 2023. Looks like there was a blood of a point. Yeah, 0.198. Okay, Mr. Leonard, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. Because it's a second offense, I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. Miss, can you run his license, see if he has a valid Texas driver license, please? Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, sir?
How much time can I pass this? Because I'm in the process of getting my ID and everything, because when I got locked up, I didn't have my wallet. They threw it away or something.
Would you like a lawyer, sir? I can give you a lawyer today. Okay, so understand something, Mr. Leonard. I don't want you drinking. I don't want you using illegal drugs. I'm going to randomly test you, and you're going to have. Do you show a Texas driver license?
It's all in good.
Okay. All right, sir. So what I'm going to have you do now is I'm going to have you sign a bunch of paperwork with Victoria, Felicia, and then I'll have you meet with the lawyer here momentarily. Okay,
Yes, sir.
please. So Mr. Shriber is on bond for a harassment case. He's now picked up a new case.
Yes, sir.
You now stand charged with the offense of assault of a family member. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On January 31st, 2025 in Harris County, Texas, officers responded to a family disturbance call. Upon arrival, officer met with the complaining witness, who stated that she and the defendant are married. Complaining witness stated that the defendant had arrived home drunk and that she hid alcohol from him, leading to an argument. The complaining witness stated that the defendant then grabbed her by her hair and pulled, causing pain.
Is this the same complaining witness in the harassment case?
No, Judge, this is going to be the defendant's wife. I've since spoken to her today in the back in the witness room.
Who is the
So
complaining
my
witness in the
understanding is
harassment?
that in the harassment, it's a neighbor, and then we now have the wife as the complainant.
Judge, if I may, then you may remember the old case. It involved a family that lived about 8/10 of a mile away and involved a dirt
I
bike.
don't remember anything.
And as a practical matter, no, it isn't a neighbor. It's a person who lives in the area. They don't, live next to each other. After this incident happened with the harassment case and his wife is here in court, Mr. Shriver's now enrolled to go to a facility called Mallard Lake. It's a rehabilitation facility that addresses alcohol problems. He's going to be enrolling on Sunday, and they've sent the enrollment paperwork to my office yesterday. We are hoping that we can reset these cases to allow him to attend that. That is an inpatient program. We don't know how long he will be there, but I would anticipate it's going to be not less than 14 days. But of course, it's one of those things they'll judge his success as he goes.
I am all for it. But you picked up a new case while you're on bond. I'm not going to let you go. I'm not going to give you any preferential treatment. You have to abide by all the rules, regulations as well. And when you pick up a new case, there are consequences. You're old enough to know that. When you have actions, you take the wrong action. There are no mistakes in life. They're actions. And when you take the wrong actions, there's serious consequences. I'm now revoking your bond on the harassment case. You're staying with me. Now, hold on. I'm not done with you. I'm also ordering you now not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, and I'm going to put a monitor on your ankle so I know that you're not consuming.
So I
So-
able to go to rehab?
Then
Sorry.
we'll talk about that.
We'll work through all the, I guess, all the issues as far as there, but I'm not going to take your word for it that you're not going to consume. I need more concrete evidence. And the way that I do that are with these devices, and you're now with me, absolutely no tolerance. If I find that you're now a further danger to my community, I'm going to go nuts on your bond. Do you understand? So what does wife want? Does she want to continue to have contact with him?
She is here to ask that the court modify the conditions of the magistrate order for emergency protection. Since this incident happened, Mr. Shriber's been living in a hotel. They've abided strictly even with their communication and transportation today with the no contact. However, she is asking that we remove that restriction and instead go with the no threatening or harassing communication.
I've spoken with her and confirmed all councils represented, and we're not going to be unopposed. We're not going to be opposed to modifying it to no threatening or harassing.
So you have an order for protection that's been put in place by the magistrate. I'm leaving everything in that order intact except for one thing. Well, I guess two. Does the MOAP also say no contact as well?
It says no contact and don't go to their.
Got it. Okay, so I'm going to modify two things. The first thing I'm going to do is I will take off the residential restriction. Number two, I'm ordering you not to have any threatening or harassing contact with the complaining witness in this case. You need to understand what is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think. I could give a rat's behind what you think. It's what she perceives. So if I go like this, is that threatening or harassing? It most certainly is, and it can land you in custody. And I'm going to tell you now, any more issues,
That's why I'm going to rehab, sir. Yes, sir. I understand.
there are people in life when they drink, they're very happy, they're the life of the party.
That way.
Yeah, and then there are people who develop horns when they start drinking. If this is you, there's one easy solution. So what we'll do is I'll put the monitor on him. I'll waive the fee. Okay. I guess, correct. No alcohol, no drugs, random testing, no weapons, no threatening or harassing contact with the complaining witness, the scram monitor, waive the fees. Get with me as far as the facility and what they say about him having the device on and if they're okay with it, if they're not okay with it. If they're not, then we can work something out. But the minute he gets out, the next day, he's got to get the monitor on if they have a problem with it. And then you must charge this device every single day. If the battery goes dead, so does your bond. Do you understand? All right, so I'll set the new bond at 5,001 on the harassment case, and then we're done. All right, goes with you.